Alright, what's up everyone, Duquesne23 here, and I started creating stuff in Fortnite Creative. Now, don't worry everyone that's a Halo person that's here on my channel. I'm not going to stop forging. Yo, have a lot of videos I have set up to come out, so don't worry about that. And of course, once Infinite Forge comes out, I will be blasting that like crazy. But I wanted to jump into Fortnite Creative and check it out because, you know, the new Fortnite Creative 2.0 is going to be coming out this year, which it's rumored to be insanely awesome. And I know that there's like rumors that it'll have a terrain editor and all that type of stuff, which is really cool. I just wanted to jump in because one of my friends, Ray, he always is pushing me to try to get into Fortnite Creative because he's a fellow UGC person. And I love making stuff in all games. I love it, you know, making stuff in Halo's Forge. I loved it in Far Cry. I wish Far Cry 6 had an editor, but unfortunately they removed it. I loved making stuff in Core. And so I wanted to jump in, you know, into Fortnite Creative and check it out and see what the deal is about this editor here. So whenever I jumped in, it was a bit confusing at first, naturally, because my first time going into it and really sitting down and, you know, trying to create something. And I quickly found out that just the manipulation of objects, like moving objects, rotating objects, everything like that, is very clunky. It really felt like whenever I like play Halo 5's Forge, and then I'd go back to like, I don't know, Halo 3 or something, and try to move objects around and just be able to like place objects. I'm talking about the original Halo 3, where you had to do that whole glitch, to like the ghost merging glitch, to be able to actually, you know, merge objects together. Now, it's not that ridiculous. You don't have to like restart rounds and everything like that to be able to merge things. But unfortunately, with Fortnite Creative, you do have to, like, if you work on a grid, like you have the snaps, the rotation snaps and everything like that, and you work on a grid, you have to basically build your object. Like, let's say you want like a track piece to be angled, but it's all, you know, still on the grid and everything. What you're going to have to do is build the object defaultly in the straight grid that you spawn the object, build it like that, then, you know, select each and every object and then copy them and rotate them then. Because if you rotate while on a grid, it doesn't really connect to the same spots and the same pieces. It's very convoluted, some of this stuff. So it took a little while getting used to, and especially freehanding is even more difficult because the highlighted object, whenever you're spawning an object in and it's highlighted, and it actually doesn't show up, like the object doesn't spawn exactly where the highlight actually is. It's a little bit farther below, so you have to raise the object highlight that, you know, is on there up above and place it and hope it gets right, you know, and everything. So with freehand, it's pretty difficult to go in and do stuff, and I freehand everything in Halo's Forge. So going in here and trying to do banked waves and turns, because naturally I'm making a racetrack, was a little bit difficult. It was a little hard to do that. I have to really get used to it. I did find a little trick. Well, Ray sent me a video about a little trick to be able to actually kind of smoothly, even though you're placing the object is a little bit off, like you place it a little bit above, and then what you do is you go over the object, you crouch down, you cut the object out, and that causes your character to fall to the next piece. Like if you're standing on the piece you're cutting, it falls to the next piece, and then you're able to just paste it right there, and it pasted perfectly flat and, you know, even with the other piece. So that was a nice little trick. That's what I mean by it feels like going back to past Halos. Because in past Halo games, you had to really kind of come up with all these tricks to be able to kind of do what you wanted to do. So it feels like that's the same thing to this. Now, that's all the negative stuff about, you know, Fortnite Creative. Like some of the things you really have to get used to. You have to, you know, it just things that they can improve majorly on, like rotating objects, moving objects, you know, possibly having magnets in there so you can snap objects together real quickly and everything like that. Like especially with rotating, being able to have a gimbal tool, that would be great, so you can actually smoothly rotate an object. Also, if you're playing on PC, please let us just don't have a character in the way if you're playing on PC. And I want to be able to sit with my screen in just one spot, and I can move my mouse around the screen, grabbing objects, moving objects, you know, hitting options and everything like that on the screen. I don't want to be tied to the actual third-person camera. while doing this on PC at least. So yeah, it would be nice, those little updates and everything like that. That was basically the negatives about stuff. Now the positives, there's so many things that you could do behind the scenes, not just like moving. The issues are really just moving and manipulating blocks and everything like that causes some problems, but everything else is unbelievable in creative. Like everything else is unbelievable. Like how you're able to place down I can't remember off the top of my head because I've only used it once. So but basically it's a skybox type of object where you can adjust the skybox, and there's tons of different settings that you could do in there, and I'm not even that great at this type of stuff. I just started with this. Now there's other people like Ray who's making like a MMO type of game on there, and I mean some of the stuff I don't understand, most of the stuff he's doing, but it looks insane. I'll be sure to link his at least some of his tweets in the description down below, so if you want to see that. And then there's other people who are doing some crazy things also. But yeah, it's like all this stuff behind the scenes, like with the devices and everything like that you can do in creative is insane. Like it blows anything else out of the water that's currently at least on consoles or anything like that, like a console editor, like a game editor. At least that I can think of off the top of my head. It just blows everything else out of the water. So I'm really excited to continue working on this track. I finished, as y'all can tell, probably, that's in the background of the video. I finished actually working on the track itself. I started out just kind of not doing banked waves, not doing anything like that, just doing a flat track that has jumps and everything. But then as I got in, a little bit more comfortable with everything, I decided, hey, let's just go ahead and do some banked waves for the rest of the track. And so, because it's a lot more smooth and a little bit more fun, I definitely have to get used to driving vehicles in Fortnite. It's majorly different from Halo. But yeah, so it's tons of fun. I highly suggest anyone wanting to check it out. I do stream over at twitch.tv/Duquesne23. I stream my progress of making this map. What I'm going to be doing now is coming up with a theme that I want to put into it and building the environment. I'm still trying to learn how to build a good, proper environment with the tools that they do provide us. Like I said, previously, a lot of the object manipulation of like moving an object and rotating and things like that are a little bit wonky. But it's just nice to be able to, have a new editor and just be able to, at least for me, it's new. And to be able to, create some other type of maps and everything that I'd love to be able to make, because I've been forging in Halo 5 for 6 years now. I'm still making a map in, Halo 5 currently right now. So y'all can expect that one to be done actually here pretty soon. But yeah, it's one of those things. I've forged in Halo 5 for 6 years. I'm waiting for Infinite Forge to come out. And I'm also really enjoying Fortnite Creative, and I hope that they come out with Creative 2.0 sooner rather than later, because just some of the stuff like having some sort of like a rotation, or if you want to call it a gimbal tool, being able to rotate an object more smoothly in whichever way you want to rotate it, kind of like what you could do in Halo, like in Halo 5. That would be great to be able to have. And also I think Far Cry 5 had the same type of thing. But of course, Far Cry 6, I'm going to keep complaining about forever, because I cannot believe Far Cry decided to remove their editor. Far Cry's editor was the best all-around editor out of any editor. Like the fact that you had, terrain editors, you can, paint materials on objects, you can paint vegetation out, and of course it had scripting, it had AI, it had like a pretty good building thing. You could scale objects. Like it's just it was one of the best, I think it's the best all around editor, but unfortunately they decided not to bring that back because Ubisoft, I don't know, it's irritating. But yeah, enough of complaining about that. But I just want to say, with Fortnite Creative, it was a ton of fun. I cannot wait to be able to come back in and just really later on today, I'm going to be coming back in and of course keep working on this map, work on the vegetation, work on the theme or something. I threw out some pieces just to see what it looks like. It's nowhere, that's not gonna, all that's going to get deleted and everything. Like I'm talking about vegetation, landscape pieces and everything. All that's going to get deleted because I need to figure out exactly what I want to do. for it. But yeah, it's a ton of fun. Now, I don't have, for anyone wondering, I don't have a creator code. I'm trying to work with Epic to be able to get my creator code back, because I actually used to have one, but then they changed, I don't know what it was, they changed like systems or terms or just something like that last year, and apparently I had to fill out some information in order to be able to get it updated to the new thing, and I didn't fill that out, and so my creator code was disabled. So I'm actually talking with some people at Epic to try to get that resolved, because it would be great to have my creator code back, you know, especially if I'm making all these maps, because the only way you can have a share code for your map is if you're part of the creator code thing. So I really would like to be able to share my map and have a share code so everyone can you know, go check out my map and stuff. So yeah, this was a ton of fun making this. I can't wait to continue it. Stay tuned for more Fortnite creative stuff. I will be coming out with more stuff I do make, and naturally everyone, I'm still going to be coming out with Halo things. My channel is pretty much UGC content. If you don't know what that is, it's user generated, you know, content. I guess it wouldn't be UGC content, but yeah, y'all get it. But it's user generated content. But you know, it's I like doing things. That's why I do Forza Horizon 5, you know, with the event lab. I do Halo stuff. I would be doing Far Cry if Far Cry 6 had one, but I'm gonna do some Fortnite stuff because it's a ton of fun and it's a pretty good editor. Like everything besides the object manipulation of moving objects, rotating objects, and stuff like that. Besides that, it's incredible because you can resize everything, you can scale stuff, you know, and you could do like a lot of crazy stuff with it. So it's just something that I want to get into and I want to check out more. So this was a long video. Didn't expect it to really be talking this long, but just wanted to give an update about what I'm doing here in Fortnite. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in the next one.